Hello, hello, hello. Social media success hotspot live. I am your host, Miss Nina B. Welcome to the show. Can you believe that it's Tuesday already? So you may notice something different. I usually don't use a mic. I usually am coming through with my speakers, my mic on my computer, but I thought I'd try something different today. See how that works out for me. Not used to having feeling like I'm like getting ready to eat the mic, but that's the way it works. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, hopefully, you can hear me well. And I know sometimes that I have in the past gone live and I was still on mute. So, I did check to make sure my mic was hot before I started talking this time. So, I'm excited about today's show because I've been talking about leads. Leads are a critical part of your business, and in order for you to see success, you want to get customers so that you can see revenue generated in your business. And in order to see customers, they've got to come from somewhere. You've got to have a leads. You've got to have a lead pipeline, a sequence of potential clients that are coming your way that know about you, know about the solution you offer to the problem they may have, and so that they can connect those two so that you can serve them as the service provider, whether you have a product or a service. It's all about finding those customers. So, how do you go about doing that? Typically, it's through leads, right? And so, hey, Leslie, nice to see you. Hopefully, let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear because I am using my mic tonight. So, I would love to know that. So, listen. So, like I said, tonight we're going to be talking about leads. So, the past couple of shows have been about things such as what are some typical lead magnets and the things that you need to consider in creating a lead magnet, right? We talked about that. We talked about the client journey. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to go more into at a high level what is your lead generation system, right? Because it's a process that you are actually navigating through for your business. And some people don't really think about all the different pieces that need to be in place in order for that process to be successful. It's not a lot, but you do need to have all the pieces in order to be successful. So before I get started, let me formally introduce myself to those who may not be familiar to me. I am Miss Nina B. Abdul Wakil. I am a social media success coach, and I am the host of this amazing show. I am a corporate leader. I am an author. I am a speaker, and I am the mom of two amazing young men. And one of the reasons why I'm using my mic tonight is because one of those amazing young men is having band practice in my house tonight. So let me know if you can hear music coming through the mic. I specifically tried to pull the mic so that it would not it would have some noise canceling and would consider the band practice as noise, which is actually it's not. They actually sound amazing. They are prepping for a gig tomorrow night, and so I'm so proud of them. But yeah, I'm also trying to go live on my weekly show. The things we do as parents and at home. So I couldn't really tell them to be quiet. They really do need to go on and practice. So, hey, Sean, nice to see you. Before I go into the core of this show, I started doing this quote of the day. So the quote of the day just kind of happened on for me. And it's really, I guess I should say quote of the week because this is a weekly show. So what is happening is I got these boxes of quotes. It's little cards that come in the box, and I open them up and see. It's kind of like Cracker Jacks, you get the little insert and you wonder what it's gonna say. So here we go. I wish I could bring this mic down a little bit. or me up a little bit. Let me see. I'll see what I can do. Okay. The quote for this week is grab life by the handlebars. Grab life by the handlebars. So, what could that possibly be saying to me personally? And then to you, it could be meaning, I think of handlebars, I think of my bike, right? That's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of the word handlebars. And just, you know, I remember learning how to ride a bike. And I remember, I was probably like 9 or 10, and I was just like begging for a bike. I finally got a bike, had to learn how to ride. I remember holding onto those handlebars for dear life at first, like, oh my God. And then, shaking and trying to stay balanced and all that kind of stuff. But then when I finally learned how to ride, I used to fly down those hills and up the next incline and down and up. And sometimes I would take my hand off the handlebars, but I was having the time of my life. So I think this quote really is about grabbing hold of life and going for the ride, enjoying the journey, going forward, and just, carefree as much as you can, but learn what you need to learn and do enjoy the ride. So that's what this quote says to me. Okay. So I want to check something real quick before I get into the meat of what I am doing. I want to just check that I am coming through loud and clear, as well as streaming. So, this show actually streams to multiple locations. I'm streaming to Facebook and to LinkedIn and YouTube almost weeks. So that is exciting for me because I know we have visitors or we have people that watch from all the different platforms. So I'm excited about that. Let me see something real quick. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I think I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, if you are watching me, please say hello. Let me know where you're coming from. If you happen to be watching the replay, then I love Team Replay, by the way. I love Team Live, but I also love Team Replay. And so if you are a part of Team Replay, just put # Team Replay. Let me know you watch the episode. Let me know what your thoughts were. Participate just like you were watching live. That's the great thing about Team Replay. Okay. So let's get started. All right. Um, we're talking about a lead generation system, right? And with a lead generation system, you need to make sure that you are clear about, even at a high level, what is your customer journey? Like, if I am leading them through a system, if I am trying to ultimately get them as a lead, I need to understand what are the transition points, are the conversion points that a customer has. So, first, let's talk about the customer journey. So there's somebody who is interested in something that you have to say. Maybe they scrolled through and they saw something. So it made them pause. Hopefully, not only just pause, but stop and read what you had to say. And maybe what you said, you know, triggered something for them. Maybe they have a current pain point that you are addressing, or you're commenting on, or agitating, as some of the people say, marketing people say, just agitating that pain point to make it a little bit more intense, not too intense, but a little bit more intense, to the point where somebody says, I need to do something about that. I have this issue, or I have this need, and I need to do something about that. And so at that point, they may say, let me listen to what this person is saying. Maybe they can help me. And they may show that interest by a behavior, which may result in at least you getting their contact information and them getting some information, some valuable insights from you regarding their pain, something that can help them with their issue or need, right? Ultimately, they may decide, you know what I've heard about this person and what I've read and what I've gotten from them leads me to believe they may be the right person for me to help me with my problem or address my need. And so then they go the next step to go and actively to pursue purchasing your product or services. And ultimately, if all the cards align, they buy. So the first phase where they express interest is when they become a lead, when they give you their awareness of their interest by maybe providing their name and email address in response to a lead magnet. And then they may actually go and actively pursue purchasing with you by maybe going on your website, looking at your products and services. Maybe they go and schedule a call with you. And ultimately, they hire you for either they purchase a product or they hire you for a service, right? So they go from lead to prospect, qualified prospect to client, customer client. Okay. So that's the journey that they're on, right? So, however, that first phase is critical because if they don't ever start into what they call the funnel, they'll never come out on the other end. So, how do you get people into your funnel? Well, you use a lead generation system, something that's an enticement. And that system has several components. So I'm going to walk through the key components of a lead generation system. Okay. And I'm going to just talk about what they are to give you some insight. Now, I did a whole masterclass training on this, and it was a 90-minute masterclass with lots of information. We are not going to do that tonight. So I'm not going to be able to go too deep. However, I am hosting another masterclass on November 6th, and I'll tell you about that at the end, where I will be talking about this stuff and even getting to the point of helping you create a lead magnet if you don't already have one. So let's talk about component one, the strategy. Listen, if you don't know where you're going, then you'll never know when you get there. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never know when you get there. That's my that's my quote. I don't know if somebody else has already said it, but I just came out of me. But it really is talking about what strategy is, right? Strategy is I want to see something happen. So I have a high level plan to get to that point. So, one, I need to know where I want to go. And then I want to figure out how I want to get there, right? So, the strategy may be I want to get people interested in my membership, or I want to get people signed up for my membership. And I want them to benefit from my membership by teaching them how to use social media as a tool. So I need to understand, well, what are some of the pain points people have? I need to do my research, and I need to know that some people get frustrated because it seems like it takes so much time to deal with social media, to put out content. There's so many different ways to do it, so many different platforms. They're not clear on what platform should they be on for their business. These are the things that I have to know about my ideal client so that I can figure out How do I start helping them before they actually become a client? Because that's what my lead magnet should be. So, but I have to think through that, and that needs to be my strategy. My strategy is to provide content, valuable insights for people who have X pain point in order to lead them somewhere. Okay? Got it. So your first component is a strategy. Hey, Lisa, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, we are talking about a simple lead magnet system, a lead generation system, because the lead magnet is only one piece of it. So, we want to make sure that we're clear about all the different pieces. So, Lisa, let me know if you can hear me okay. I am using my microphone today. So, I want to just be sure that you can hear me okay. Okay. The next component, number two, is actually the systems, right? So, what do I mean by the systems? Well, I would love to say that there's only one system that you need to worry about, and you could have something that is just one system, right? Hi, Malika. Nice to see you. However, a lead magnet, in order to have a lead generation system, you may need several different systems, right? You may obviously need a system where you can collect your potential clients' information, like their name and email address, maybe their phone number. Typically, this is an email system. This is a autoresponder system, something that will respond back to their request for the lead magnet, something that will serve up whatever you're offering to them automatically, so there's not any manual intervention, right? You may need systems to manage that data, right? So that you can slice and dice it. Maybe you want to tag people. So you might need something that has a level of robustness as far as a system. If you are doing it through text messaging, some people are like, text, success to 31313131. You might need a text messaging system, a text responder system that will then serve up a response email. So depending on how your flow that you want to have, you need to have systems to make that happen and automate it such that you don't have to touch anything. People just do what we call your call to action, and it shows up for them, right? So I remember, I'll share a quick story. I was all excited. And this isn't a lead magnet, but this is actually a product, right? So I sold a product online. Someone could go to my lead page and pay for it, and I was all excited. However, I didn't have behind it the automation sequence to email them some initial information to send them to the next step in the process. And so, literally, less than 24 hours later, they requested a refund because, in their mind, in their experience, if I was on top of my game, which obviously I should have been, I would have had all that set up. We have been programmed to expect immediate response. If we order something online and we don't get the confirmation email, we believe something has gone wrong. If it's delayed, like if it's almost like we expect it to be in our inbox by the time we switch to our email, right? So, and if it's not there, we're like, did it go right? Is everything okay? So, the same applies when you're talking about systems for your lead generation. You've got to have it set up so it is automatically doing things so people aren't deterred by that experience. Okay. That's the system. Okay, so what's the next thing? And it's actually the offer. Like, so you're thinking, what, the thing I'm selling, Miss Nina? Is that what you're talking about? The thing I'm selling? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your lead magnet. But your lead magnet is the offer element of your lead generation system. It is the thing that people want, and you want them to want it. You want it to be juicy. You want it to be, significant. So they have such an experience that they're like, gosh, I would have paid for this. So I know if this is this good, right? Then if I pay this person, I'm going to get even better stuff, right? So you want that experience to be the experience for people. So you don't want to haphazardly think about what your offer should be. You want to be very strategic and intentional. And so in my master class, I'm going to talk about how do you figure out what from the client pain point, what is the content of your lead magnet and how do you package it, right? Because that's when a lot of people get stuck. They're like, well, what should my lead magnet be? Well, it could be a variety of things, but you want it to be something that your ideal client will want and want to open and use, right? And it may be that you are missing an opportunity to package things in a different way. Most people do ebooks and checklists and templates. I personally love templates, but you may want to package it as a mini course, of a short video series or an audio series. The opportunities are there. So the offer is an important part, right? Okay. Then you have component number 4, the lead page. Now, there's a difference between sales pages and lead pages. Typically, lead pages are are particularly for free items, have a concise or limited amount of information, just enough to let the person know what it is that you're offering to them and what information you need from them in order to get it. Many times you'll see lead pages be those little pop-ups when you hit a website. Hey, would you like this ebook or this case study or this report or something like that? Just put in your email or add to our newsletter. That could be a lead magnet. So it's just designed to make it the cost of entry to be very simple and a no-brainer. So it needs to be something that the person may be really interested in or says enough to say, I'll check it out. And here's my name and number, or here's my name and email. Okay. Some people now ask for phone numbers. If you are somebody who's using text messaging as a part of your marketing system and communications, you definitely want to grab their phone number. But, that's the offer. It's the meat of the process, right? All right. So now we're getting down to the last two pieces. And you would never guess that people don't think about this piece, but the next piece is actually the traffic. Like, you go through the whole process, set up your systems, you create your lead magnet, you have your emails already programmed in, ready to go when somebody asks for it. And then they're like crickets because there's no traffic. Nobody sees the lead magnet. So, how do you get the lead magnet in front of people, right? So, there's a couple of different options. There's things called paid traffic, which is typically ads, right? Facebook ads that go to Instagram, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads. You can do ads. You can do free traffic. Free traffic is more organic. So it's through a post or offer to people in in a Facebook group. If you are a speaker, which is very important, if you are a coach or author, you probably also should be a speaker to kind of put your message out there. You want to have that lead magnet available anytime you get an opportunity to speak. So it's your freebie, it's your giveaway to get people who are interested in what you're saying to get on your list. So I know I participated in several virtual conferences, summits this year. I really got to go back to figure out how many. But the host or the organizer is always asking for my bio, my headshot, and do I have a freebie? So I have a standard one that I offer. So typically it's like when they're interviewing me, it scrolls across the screen or they'll send it out to their list or it'll get put in the comments. So wherever I get an opportunity to speak, I offer up my lead magnet because that means these are people who've heard me, know what I talk about, and now they're interested in connecting with me and hearing more. So they are, great leads for me, right? Um, if you send out a lot of communications, even to people on your list, you can send out communications to them when you create a new lead magnet in order to encourage them to grab it and share it. Now, this is a little tip. Sometimes you can get a lot of people on your list over time and you wonder, are they still interested? Are they still, or do they have a new interest? So letting them know you have a new lead magnet is a great way to requalify them as leads. If they're like, oh yeah, I want that too, then they're still interested in what you're talking about and you are offering. If not, then that's fine because people's needs evolve over time. It just lets you know how you need to communicate with them. So that's another way that you can use lead magnets, but it's important to drive traffic to your lead magnets. Last but definitely not least is the review. So you may be saying, Miss Nina, what do you mean the review? What am I reviewing? So some of us have been known to have created lead magnets at one point in time and not go back and review them to make sure all the information is current. It's not about set it and forget it. You've got to review it, periodically to make sure it is giving a strong message of what you offer or what your expertise is and that the information is current. That's one piece of the review. The second piece of the review is more metrics oriented. Take the time to see how your lead magnet is performing. And what I mean by that is, are people requesting it and opening it or accessing it? What does the percentage look like? Right? Take an opportunity to identify the people who did and ask them for feedback. Ask them, have they used it? See what kind of responses you get. People like to be communicated to and ask their opinion. So do a review and ask for feedback. Let you know if you need to tweak the lead magnet to make it a little bit more effective. So that's number 6. So I'm going to walk through these again real quickly. And before you know it, we're going to be wrapping up the show. Thank you so much for being with me today. This has been amazing. I still can hear my son's band practicing. So I feel like I'm in this two world kind of situation. But this is great because I'm committed to serving you. And so I was not going to let his band practice hold me back. Okay. Key components of your lead generation system. Number 1, your strategy. Know what pain points you're talking about, or addressing the what needs you're addressing, and where are you leading people. Two, the systems. You need to have a workflow and you need to automate it. So you need something that can respond immediately when someone fills out a form, and provide them access to the lead magnet, and then also do follow-ups. Three, the actual offer, the lead magnet. It needs to be enticing and compelling for people to feel like, I want that. I need to know that. I want to see that. I want to hear that. Whatever, however you package it. Four, the lead page. Keep it simple and concise. Make it a no brainer for someone just to put in their name, email address, and maybe their phone number, and then you send it their way. Traffic, getting traffic so that people eyes are on the lead page so that they can request things, so you can get paid traffic or free traffic. One of the best ways to get free traffic is to post about it, include it in your bios for things, include it in your signature on your email addresses, and even send it out to your existing list and ask them to share. And lastly, component six, the review. Review periodically your existing lead magnets, make sure they're current, as well as just review them for effectiveness to see how they are helping people, because you want it to be of value. Because if people feel like they get value from you for free, they know that you're going to offer value even more for paid. Okay. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't remind you that leads are like the flow of energy into your building, into your business. So you don't want to neglect having a lead generation system, having an effective lead magnet. And so, as I mentioned earlier, I'm hosting a masterclass where we're going to be talking about all of this, and I'll be there to answer your questions so that your lead system is effective for you. Lead lead magnets are one of those things that kind of allow customers to taste before they buy. We all like to sample, but it gives them some insight as to what you're capable of offering them. So make sure you have one. I would love to see you at the Easy Lead Magnet Masterclass. So let me share that information real quickly. The Easy Lead Masterclass is on November 6th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's 8 a.m. Pacific. And so what's going to happen? It's going to be in a Zoom. We're going to be there. We'll be able to see each other and talk to each other directly. You'll be able to ask me questions, and we'll be able to talk about and share about what your system is, and then what is your lead magnet and how have you packaged it. And we'll actually walk through some guidance on creating your lead magnet. If you do the work, you will come out of that masterclass with your lead magnet ready to be used. Okay. So just go to missninab.com, easy lead magnet class. That's easy lead magnet class with dashes in between, and you will easily get to the registration page. It's a nominal fee of $47 in order to attend the masterclass. You'll get not only the teaching, but you'll get some worksheets as well as some templates that you can use, Canva templates you can use to create lead magnets. But more importantly, you'll get the guidance and the accountability to do the work so that you will have an effective lead magnet for your business, because you need to have something that helps your potential clients to know that you are the person of choice for them to serve their business. And at the end of the day, that adds people into your funnel, which is your path to your revenue. And you want to have a thriving business. Thriving business says, I've got a flow of clients coming into my business. But I will say this. Some people are like, Miss Nina B, thank you. I love this, but I see that there's a cost. Listen, one of my mentors, Trevor Ott, says, encourages people to invest at the level you want to see results. And I truly believe that it is an age old premise of reaping and sowing. You cannot reap what you did not sow. And so I encourage you to invest in your business by attending this masterclass so that you can see the harvest of leads coming into your business, because leads turn into prospects, turn into customers. So I would love to see you, and I'll drop the link right here so that you can um, see it in the comments. I appreciate you being here tonight. Oh. All righty. Okay. So you see the link on the screen. I guess StreamYard is not letting me drop the comment, but that's okay. And if you're in my group, then you'll see that on the post as well. So listen, speaking of groups, I have a thriving community called the Social Media Success Hotspot. And that community is exactly where you need to be in order to be learning all this different stuff. I drop posts every day on all kinds of topics and of inspiration and tools and, tips and hacks and tricks and all kinds of things. So, you can join the community at joinmissninab.com. It'll send you right on over to Facebook to the Social Media Success Hotspot group. And you'll simply fill out a couple of questions and join the group. I'm excited to have all the new members. And if you are in the group right now watching this live, then hello, community. Hello, Hotspot. And thank you for being there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. So that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for everything. I look forward to seeing everyone registered for the masterclass. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have so much fun. And who knew that creating lead magnets could be fun? But it will be, because if you hang with Miss Nina B, that's what we do. We learn and have fun. All right, let me check my notes. That's all. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Meet me here next week for more tools, tips, and tricks in order to be successful on social media. Miss Nina B out.